If you could learn one skill that makes you untouchable, where nothing and no one can hurt your peace, would you want to know what it is? Have you ever met someone who moves through life with a calm that seems almost impossible to shake? Someone who does not tense up when plans fall apart, who stays steady while everyone else is overwhelmed, and who does not let criticism, chaos, or the opinions of others disturb their inner peace. Being around a person like that can feel almost unreal, as if they are living from an inner space that most people never learn to access. But here is the part that may surprise you. They are not lucky, gifted, or born with some special protection. They simply understand something that many people never fully realize. Nothing outside of you has the power to control your emotions unless you hand that power away. Most of us move through our days reacting to everything around us. A sharp comment, an unexpected setback, even the look on someone else's face. But imagine what your life would feel like if you could step out of that pattern. Imagine becoming the kind of person who stays centered, steady, and untouched by the noise of the world. That is the path we are beginning to walk together. Most people believe that their stress, their anger, or their insecurity comes from what happens around them. A single comment, a sudden situation, an unexpected change, and their emotions begin to spiral out of control. But here is the truth that many people never stop to consider. You are not reacting to the world, you are reacting to the meaning you attach to the world. Two people can move through the exact same moment. A rejection, a failure, a harsh remark, and walk away feeling completely different emotions. Why does that happen? Because the real trigger is not the event itself. It is the part of you that the event stirs awake. Carl Jung understood this with remarkable clarity. The world can only wound you if it touches a place inside you that is already hurting. If someone calls you weak and it bothers you, it is because a part of you quietly fears that it might be true. Your reactions are never random. They are windows into the fears you have not faced, the beliefs you have absorbed without questioning, and the shadows within you that still need healing. And when you begin to see your triggers as messages rather than attacks, your entire emotional landscape starts to shift. Most people believe that their biggest challenges come from the outside, from difficult people, unfair situations, or unwanted surprises. But the real battle is not happening out there. It is happening within you. Every time someone's words upset you, every moment a situation knocks you off balance, every time your peace disappears because of something external, you are not losing to the world. You are losing to an inner pattern that you have not faced yet. Human beings do not respond to reality. They respond to the story their mind creates about reality. Someone ignores your message. Your mind turns it into a story that you are not valued. Someone criticizes you. Your mind interprets it as a threat to your worth. A plan falls apart. Your mind whispers that you are not capable enough. But here is the shift that changes everything. You do not need to control the world. You only need to understand the part of you that reacts to it. When you stop treating your reactions as proof of who you are and start seeing them as echoes of old beliefs, you take your power back. This is where real transformation begins. Not by trying to fix the world, but by meeting the parts of yourself that the world keeps awakening. There comes a moment, quiet, simple, almost unnoticed, When you realize that peace is not something the world hands to you, it is something you choose, something you guard, something you build from the inside out. Maybe you have spent years believing that your emotions were shaped by what people said, by how they treated you, by whether they appreciated you, or by whether life unfolded the way you hoped it would. But here is the shift. Your emotional world does not belong to anyone else. Not to your past, not to your fears, not to the people who hurt you, and not to the noise happening around you. The moment you understand that you are the one who decides what enters your inner space, you become untouchable in the most powerful way. It does not mean that life suddenly becomes easy. It means you stop giving away pieces of yourself to every stressful moment. You stop letting people pull you into their storms. You stop abandoning your own peace just to keep up with the world. And from that moment forward, something shifts. You begin responding instead of reacting. You stay grounded instead of overwhelmed. You rise above instead of being pulled down. This is the turning point. The moment you reclaim the power that has always been yours. One of the most liberating truths you will ever come to understand is this. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by the way you rise from it. Life will hand you moments that shake you, people who disappoint you, situations that feel unfair, and seasons where nothing seems to move in your favor. But none of those moments get to decide who you are. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the words someone threw at you in anger. You are not the rejection you faced, or the heartbreak that arrived without warning, or the version of yourself that was just trying to make it through the day. Those experiences shaped you, yes, but they do not have the power to define you. What defines you is the strength that kept you moving, even on the days when you felt completely broken. It is the hope you held on to when everything felt unbearably heavy. It is the courage to try again after life knocked you down harder than you ever expected. You are the resilience in your spirit. You are the quiet healing taking place inside you. You are the person who continues choosing growth, no matter how many times life puts you to the test. And when this truth finally settles in, you stop seeing yourself as a product of your pain, and you begin to recognize yourself as the creator of your future. There will be moments when life pulls you in 100 different directions. Expectations from other people, noise from the world, and the pressure to be everything for everyone. And somewhere along the way, you begin to forget about yourself. You forget the quiet voice within you. You forget what you need, what you feel, and what brings you back to your center. But here is the truth. You can return to yourself at any moment. You can pause. You can breathe. You can step away from the noise and reconnect with the part of you that is steady and calm. This does not mean escaping life. It means remembering that you do not have to lose yourself inside it. When you turn inward, even for just a few seconds, you remind yourself that your peace is not gone. It has simply been waiting for you to come back. And each time you choose to return, you strengthen the connection with who you truly are, not the pressured version of you, not the overwhelmed version, but the grounded, aware, resilient you that the world cannot shake. Coming back to yourself is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is strength. It is how you stay whole in a world that constantly pulls you in every direction. There comes a moment when holding on becomes heavier than letting go. You cling to old stories, familiar fears, and expectations that no longer fit who you are becoming. And even though they weigh you down, you keep them close because they feel familiar, because they feel safe. But there is another kind of strength, the strength that comes from release. Letting go is not giving up. It is giving yourself permission to stop carrying what hurts you, what drains you, and what keeps your heart in a place it no longer belongs. When you let go, you create space for clarity, space for gentleness, space for the version of you that has been waiting to breathe. You begin to understand that peace does not come from adding more. It comes from removing what no longer resonates. It comes from releasing the pressure to control every outcome and trusting that not everything requires your grip. And in that release, you rediscover something powerful. That you are not defined by what you hold on to, but by what you choose to free yourself from. Letting go is an act of love, a quiet declaration that your well-being matters, that your inner world deserves room to expand, and that you are ready to step into a life that feels lighter, softer, and finally, truly your own. There is a quiet power that begins to awaken the moment you choose to watch your emotions instead of becoming them. Most people are swept away by every feeling. Anger rises, and they become anger. Fear appears, and they become fear. A single comment can shift their whole inner state because they forget one simple truth. You are not the storm. You are the sky behind it. When you pause, when you step back and simply observe, something gentle starts to unfold. You begin to see your reactions as passing waves, temporary, shifting, never meant to define who you truly are. You notice the trigger, you feel the emotion, but you no longer drown in it. You simply watch. And in that quiet watching, your inner world softens, space opens. Clarity arrives without effort, like a breath you didn't realize you were holding. This is the art of becoming the observer, a presence that notices everything yet holds on to nothing. From this place, you respond with intention instead of reacting from old wounds. You move with awareness instead of being pulled by habit. You choose peace even when chaos invites you away from it. And slowly, gracefully, your entire life begins to shift. Not because the world becomes easier, but because your relationship with it transforms. You begin to understand that true power isn't controlling emotions. It's understanding them so deeply that they lose their ability to control you. This is where freedom begins, not in resisting the waves, but in remembering that you were always the ocean. There comes a moment when you realize that not everything you carry deserves a place in your life. Some thoughts, some fears, some expectations have simply stayed with you longer than they should. And right now, in this very moment, you get to choose. You get to decide what continues with you and what no longer holds power over your story. Think about the weight you've been carrying. Maybe it's doubt, maybe it's pressure, maybe it's that quiet voice whispering that you're not enough. You don't have to force it away. You don't have to fight it. Just acknowledge it and gently loosen your grip, because you're stronger now, clearer now. You understand yourself in ways you never did before. Letting go isn't weakness. It's an act of deep inner strength, proof that you are finally ready for something better, something that aligns with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. So allow yourself this moment of honesty, this moment of courage, and trust that whatever you release today creates space for something more meaningful to enter your life tomorrow. There's a quiet kind of strength that begins to grow in you the moment you stop letting the world decide who you should be. It isn't loud, it isn't dramatic, but it's real, steady, grounded, unshakable. For a long time, you may not have noticed it. You were busy keeping up, trying to fit in, trying to meet expectations that were never truly yours. But now, something is shifting. You're finally beginning to see it. You're recognizing the moments when you stood up for yourself, the times you kept moving even when everything felt uncertain, the choices you made that didn't make sense to anyone else, except to the version of you who quietly knew you deserved more. That strength, it's yours. You earned it, and it's guiding you toward a life softer, truer, and more aligned than where you began. So let yourself rise into it, fully, gently, unapologetically. Let your life reflect the confidence you've been building in silence. Let your actions speak for the person you are becoming, because you're not just surviving anymore. You're rising, and the world is beginning to see what your heart has known all along. You were never meant to settle. You were meant to grow. There comes a gentle turning point in your journey, a moment when you stop chasing what was never meant to stay in your life. Not because you're bitter, not because you're afraid, but because you finally understand the difference between something that wants your attention and something that truly supports your growth. You've spent years trying to fit into spaces that couldn't recognize your worth, trying to prove yourself to people who were never able to see you clearly, trying to hold on to dreams that stopped growing as you did. But now, you're choosing differently. You're choosing relationships that feel balanced and mutual, opportunities that nourish you instead of draining you, dreams that expand with who you're becoming, not the ones that keep you small. And the moment you make choices that honor your true self, life responds. It meets you right where you are. It brings clarity, alignment, and a sense of ease that feels new yet deeply right. Because the life meant for you will never ask you to shrink. It will never ask you to prove your worth again and again. It simply asks you to show up, softly, honestly, as you are. And today, you are finally ready to choose that kind of life. The life that chooses you back. As you arrive at this moment, take a slow breath and gently notice how far you have come. Not in distance, not in achievements, but in the quiet, steady ways you have grown, often without even realizing it. You have released what once held you back. You have reclaimed a strength you thought you had lost, and you have begun choosing a life that finally reflects who you are becoming. That is not small. That is transformation. And yes, the path ahead will not always be smooth. There will be days when old doubts return, days when you wonder if you are truly moving forward, days when the world feels louder than your own inner voice. But now, you carry something you did not have before, a deeper understanding of yourself. You know what deserves your energy. You know what aligns with your heart. You know you can rise again and again, no matter how many times life challenges your strength. So as you step forward from here, step with a braver heart. Carry the lessons, carry the clarity, carry the quiet courage you have uncovered along the way. Trust the timing of your journey, trust the wisdom you have earned, and trust that you are moving towards something meaningful, something real, something that was always meant to find you. This is not an ending. This is the beginning of a chapter you finally feel ready to write. And you are not just walking into it. You are stepping into it with purpose.